most when it comes to money and prosperity is that I didn't think that that's something for me, right? I would see other people around me, I would see people that were successful, I would see people that would have everything that they wanted, but I didn't believe that would be possible for me, right? And so the biggest transformation, the biggest work that I had to do was on me, was inside of me, right? Now, I moved from Romania to Sweden. Now I'm living in Denmark. I'm sitting here in one of the most expensive hotels here in this town. I think it's actually the most expensive hotel in this town. And I'm thinking, well, so you could also say, Florian, you changed that environment, right? So you moved from Romania to Sweden, and of course now there you have more opportunities in Sweden. But even for me to move from Romania to Sweden, it required that, I trust myself, right? That I trust myself that I'm worthy of having more, right? There was a time in my life where I wouldn't even step into one of these, really high-end stores because I would say, well, I don't have the money to buy anything that's there. And I would cheat myself from the experience to at least step into that, right? I mean, you would go to the stores, and they will give you the coffee, the cookies, not really champagne here in Sweden, but at least you get treated like a client because they don't know if you're a client or not. And I wouldn't even go into those stores just to kind of experience how would it be to be a client. Would I like to be a client here, right? And so I didn't have any what we call sense of recognition of that kind of life, and so I thought, well, that's not something for me. Because I wouldn't even go into that store if I knew, because I knew I cannot afford it, right? And I was I could have looked at my bank accounts and no, I cannot afford that. But the reality was that nothing stopped me to go into those stores. That experience was free. I didn't have to buy the stuff to be treated as a client. And so what I learned is that, well, I need to allow myself and start to allow myself to experience that, to allow myself to, step into those stores, to come into these hotels, right? And experience the life that other people live, and then, have an assessment, do I want to live this life? How does it feel? Does it feel good? And then I know next time when I check into a hotel, then I know what to look for. I know what the experience looks like. And gradually, little by little, I allow myself to try those things, and I allow myself to see, oh, okay, so even if this hotel was much more expensive than the other one, well, it was more comfortable. We were treated better. Everything looked, nice and tight and smells well, right? Okay, so do we deserve that kind of experience? And yes, we do deserve, right? And so that was kind of a transformation that took place, little by little. I allow myself to experience this kind of life, and then, build this prosperity mindset, right? And so if you are like me, if you come from, a background where you were, where maybe you lived and grew up in scarcity and poverty, then it takes a lot of conscious thinking and conscious awareness to change that. But you will do it. I'm sure you will. Okay? Thank you for tuning in. See you next time. Take care. Bye-bye.